Morning one and all. Decided on changing location this week. I'm over at Paxman's Lake in Alresford, which is co-owned by my good friend and neighbour Mark Ost. Thank you very much for allowing me to fish here as a guest, although I've now been given been on a waiting list for Paxman's night ticket for a while now, and Steve Cook, the treasurer, rang me the other day to say I'm good to go. So the application's in the post and I can fish Home Farm and their other lakes as well. Home Farm's got some real big bream in it, which interests me. But so this Paxman's Lake, it's the tench I'm after this week. Evidently there's a couple been coming out, and there's some big uns in here. That's I make no mistake about that, and whether I manage to catch any or not, we'll see. I'll go through my ground bait mix shortly, and then as and when, and if I manage to catch anything, I'll get back to you with my rigs and obviously my fish as well. So I think next week with Gaz Quirk, we're going to head up to the Great Ooze and fish one of the stretches around either side of Ely, either 10 Mile Bank, Little Pool, or we'll see. But yeah, fancy that. That's been producing a few good tench as well, and obviously you've got some very big carp in the river, so as there is in here. So let's see what we come up with. I'll get back to you as and when. Cheers guys. So right, so this is going to be my ground bait mix. I've got some krill powder, Dean's Tackle, Clacton. Now I'm going to put about half of that in. The fish seem to be quite active, a lot of movement. That's some fish meal. That's the old what used to be, we used to call Bream 66. It's called Grimsby 66. So high oil content, but not too high. Fair amount of that going in. I'm going to put some brown crumb in. Not a lot, just a handful. Just to give them a bit of food. Some of this green lip mussel fish meal ground bait. Quite nice stuff that. Half a bag of crushed hemp. That whole lot's going in. The old tench in here do like a bit of, well, tench everywhere like a bit of hemp. Then I've got some of this Advanta sweet banoffee sweet corn, so I'm going to put the juices in. There's quite a lot of juice in there. Adds a real sweetness to it. And then I'm going to crush some of them up. And then put some in, about half a tin in whole as well. So there's about a third of a tin crushed up and a third of a tin going in whole. Right, I'm going to put that's all gone in. Some krill pellet. I know they like a bit of krill in here, so there's half a bag there, and I'm going to put about half of that in. So about a quarter of a bag. My old favourite, the micro pellet, gives them something to graze on. There's about, I guess about a third of a bag of that's going in. And then some 4.5 mil the old trout pellet. I'm going to put just about an eighth of a bag of that in. So I'm going to get that mixed up. I found a couple of nice clear spots. So I'm going to get that mixed up, get my bait out, get my rods out, and I'll get back to you as and when and if. Just quickly, because there's a lot of small fish in here, a lot of rudd, quite a few roach. Then obviously you've got the bream, tench and the carp, and big perch by all accounts. I'm going with 6 balls, good sized balls. I'm fishing about I guess about a third of the way across, so about 20 or so yards out. So let's get these in, get my rods out, see what happens. Just looking down the lake from the far end, round 5.5 acres in total. Absolutely beautiful. So well kept. Swims are fantastic all the way around. Lots of overhanging trees, lots of features to fish to, lots of variation in the bottom and lots of fish. Brilliant. That's looking across to the swim I just fished from the opposite bank. As you can see, proper parrot cage. But there was just enough room to cast, enough room to play the fish, and enough room to catch a few as well. This is a typical example of some of the fantastic swims that Paxman and Mark Boss, who co-owns the lake with Paxman, has created. So comfortable, perfect. And this is looking down the lake from the other end. You see it's a bit weedier this end, quite wide, bit shallower, but just see the carp swirl there on the surface. They're about first fish of the session. I wondered what the funny bites were. That's 15 with boilie, believe it or not. It's got that in its mouth, I don't know. Not lovely fish though, lovely colours. Get back, hopefully get something a bit bigger. Well, I got what I come for. After a couple of decent rudd, I managed to get myself a tinker. Not a massive one, but hard fighting. Got to be happy with that. Lovely fish, such good condition, beautiful. There we go. Let's get back, see what else is out there. Second tench, I should say. Small one, but it's what I came for. Happy with that. There's clearly more out there. See what we can get. Follow me around. So it's about 10:30, and just had a nice bream. Very good condition, I have to say. Lovely, happy with that. I really want tench though, but can't complain about a couple. 6 fish of a session. 1 bream, 5 tench male one, this one. Very big, but absolutely lovely condition. There we go. Happy with that. 6 tench. I'm down to 1 rod, trying to get a bit of sleep. That's not happening though. It's about 1 o'clock. Yes, there she goes. Oh. So it's about 2 o'clock in the morning. You can probably hear that. Try to keep this carp out of the way. Not a lot of room, I'm afraid. Trees over the top of me. Not a lot of room for a shot. Nice looking fish. Get it in. There you go. Fully plated. Lovely. Lovely looking fish. Not particularly massive, but get her out and have a proper look at her. So let's have a look at this. Lovely looking fish. Not particularly massive, but proper big tail on her. That's one side. Lovely fish. Absolutely mint condition. Not a mark anywhere. There's the other side of her. Absolutely beautiful. Right, let's get her back. 5 tench, carp and a bream, plus a few rudd during the middle of the day. Just had a proper big male tench. Lovely fish. That's got to go on her scales. That's love, absolutely clomping fish. Oops, can't lift her up. Very lively. Proper big fish. Absolutely mint condition. Right, the other side of it. You can see by the old curly fins, male proper. Like I say, you can times the male by 1.5, so let's see what that weighs. I'm reckoning about 7. Afternoon all. Quick update, it's 12:15 on after the first night, and so far I've had that beautiful fully plated that evidently went in 2 years ago at £5 according to Mark, so that's about £4 plus a year that it's put on. I've had 6 tench. Afternoon all, so I thought I'd give you another update. So it's an update on the update that I gave you earlier. It's about 3:15. There's a lot of rudd in here, and a lot of big rudd, and they pretty much eat everything you chuck at them. I mean, I've had a dozen 15 plus rudd around the pound mark on 12 and 15 mil boilies. As a result of that, cottoned on to the fact that they're eating everything yesterday evening. About 6 o'clock I put another, you know, I started with 6 big balls. I put another 8 big balls out yesterday evening, and just now I've just put another 10 big balls out. But in between that, I've put out about 10, 12 spods of 6 and 8 mil trout pellet and halved and whole boilies, both krill and cell. It's interesting, of the tench I've had, the 2 biggest ones both came on cell, and the smaller ones came on the krill active, the 12 mil I think. Don't think it's down to the bait size that's produced bigger fish, because a £3 tench can get a 15 mil boilie. If a pound rudd can get a 15 mil boilie in its mouth, so could a £3 tench and anything above that. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. By the way, thank you for watching as always. I hope you've enjoyed what I've offered up. And don't forget, ask any questions, and I think managed to get a bit of kip during the day today, so busy night I'm expecting tonight, and these bloody mosquito things keep landing on me. Millions of them. Oh, I don't know if you heard that, just had a beep. So cheers guys, speak to you soon. Well, ground bait works. We've got another tench. Diamond, please. Let's get it out. Yep. Have a nice tench, look at it. Clonker, absolute female this one. Here we look. Oh, lovely. Fish tench number 7. Get it run out to have a look. O'clock in the afternoon, about half hour after I put my ground bait out. Absolutely beautiful fish again. There we go. That's a clonker. Absolutely beautiful. Right. Excellent. Love catching during the day. These tinkers, beautiful. This, a second bream in darkness. Nice fish actually. There we go. About £7 I'd guess. Nice and solid, in good condition like the other one was as well. I don't think they're caught very often over here. Oh well. I was hoping for a tench, but I've had my share of those, definitely. I'm 9 now, I am with them. Had a couple of small ones earlier. Just about first light. Another male, smallest one though. As you can see, probably about £3.5. Let's get her back. See what else is out there. Oh, splash in the face. Morning all. So I thought I'd show you my setup. So I've got a 2-ounce inline lead with, you can see, 4 inches of free movement to a stopper bead. And the idea of this is that the bigger fish, they bend down and pick the bait up. If you fish a fixed lead, to my mind, and I know a lot of people prefer it for tench, but to my mind, if you fish a fixed lead, as they sit up, they'll feel the resistance from the lead. Whereas with that 4 inches of free movement, it allows them to sit up, start to turn sideways with the bait in their mouth, then they feel the lead, and they're not turning back towards it, they'll bolt away and wallop you hooked. And then my rig is size 8 Drennan barbel hook and a 15mm cell, mainline cell boilie. I use the shelf life. I've not really noticed an awful lot of difference. That's Gardner £10 braid that's been stripped back, and honestly it's the diameter of 3.5 line, so but it's got the strength of £10 braid. Brilliant. I've never had it give up on me on a fish. I went through a number of different baits. I started using the krill active 12mm boilies, but I was getting pestered by the rudd around the pound mark. I guess I had a 20 or so of them. The 15mm, I still get the beeps where they're banging at it, but they're not getting it in their mouth, and I was forever recasting. And yeah, don't get me wrong, I love to catch a pound rudd, but when there's tench out there the size I've had in this session, I want to be catching the tench and or the carp and or the bream. The rudd come forth in that agenda. So yeah, so feel free to ask any questions as always. I tried a number of other baits as well. I tried those ethyl infused strawberry and honey boilies that was successful at Alton last week. Didn't have an awful lot on them other than a couple of small rudd, and I tried 8mm krill pellet, my old favourite, but the rudd loved them. It was just like cast out, beep 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 beep. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. Cheers guys. The lake's run by Paxman Angling Club. It's £80 a year if you're an OAP like me, £100 a year if you're not, and indication there, I don't know if you heard that. Still got a couple of rods out. I fish with 2 rods most of the time. During the night I switch to 1 rod. Space is limited in this swim, so yeah. £50 add-on for your night ticket. I think there's a waiting list, but I know that I've been on that waiting list about 18 months and my ticket came through. There's Decoy Lakes, Manor Farm, and and a couple of lakes in Clacton as well. Yeah, good value for money, great fishery, beautiful swims, really well looked after this lake. I'm looking forward to going to Home Farm. There's some very big bream in there and some nice carp. I don't know anything about Decoy particularly, but we'll find out soon enough. Hope you've enjoyed watching it. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. All these things are important for the YouTube algorithms, as they are. Might get passive income at some point from it. What a great way to earn a little bit of cash from doing what I love. Yeah. As far as my health's concerned, it sort of a couple of weeks ago all came to a head emotionally, mentally, and yeah, it's been a draining year. But I'm out the other side of that now, feeling much better. My wife, Jackie, bless her, she said, you know, you're probably depressed, and I thought, I'm never depressed, but perhaps I am. And that kind of helped. Well, it did help massively, because I suddenly thought, well, let's get yourself out of this, Steve, and get back to being Steve again, and full of enthusiasm. Always think I'm going to catch the biggest fish in the lake. Yeah, loving life as I often do, always do. So just quick, get checked. If you're in any doubt, get it early like I did, and save your life, definitely. You're not wasting a doctor's time, you're wasting your own by not. If I'd left it any longer, yeah, consequences would have been much more severe. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Up to Great Ooze next week, new adventure. Haven't fished that for a few years, since the old matches back in the day. But my target's going to be the tench and carp. So cheers guys, speak to you soon, bye.